Making himself unavailable for the four-nation Sharjah tournament in December, the England management chose a specialist one-day squad with a new leader in Adam Hollioake. For Hollioake, it was an exciting new challenge, although he expected a degree of rustiness after a three-month break since September.
First and foremost, it was meant to be a bit of a run-out for the team. It wasn't actually, we weren't designed for us to go there and be at peak performance straight away. But when we actually got out there, you know, everyone was 100% on trying to win, and there was no one out there who was just there to just, you know, have a bit of a run out. It was, you know, very competitive, and everyone there wanted to win. And
England's first match was against India, and they got off to a flying start.
We batted really well to get the total we did. At one stage we looked like we were going to get more.
We thought we'd probably get 280. Problem being was that there was a trend throughout the tournament that people got off to a start. You know, everybody was getting between 80 and 90 in their 15 overs, but couldn't capitalise on going more than, say, 5-6 runs an over towards the death.
The white ball went a little bit soft after about 20 overs, so the last 30 overs you're bowling with quite a soft ball, and it would discolour a little bit as well. It would go white and green, so it would be a little bit harder to pick up, and the wicket would be quite a low one. So if bowlers bowled very straight, it was hard to sort of manoeuvre the ball around. That's one thing which our bowlers did very well out there. Bowled very straight, very disciplined, and they were backed up with some really good fielding as well.
The wicket was so low, ball got soft, hard to hit.
In the air again, there's a man coming underneath it at long off, Kuruvilla, and he takes it comfortably.
India limped to 74 for 4, but a 108-run partnership between Sachin Tendulkar and Iyer Jadeja brought them right back into it.
Coming to the end of the game, we were, you know, under a lot of pressure. Honestly, one stage looked like we were going to lose, so but we came through, and you know, it was a very close game, but we came through, and it was sort of much the same in the other games, in where we were always under pressure at some stage, and we always just found that little 1% extra which the other sides couldn't find. So that was the difference between us and the other teams, I think.
He's bowled him! Bowled him!
In England's second match, they faced the West Indies, and once again they began well.
That was probably our best performance with the ball. I mean, in the field as well. We just caught our catches. We got early breakthroughs, which we hadn't done in a couple of the other games, and you know, Dougie Brown getting those 2 wickets in the first over. I mean, we got our noses in front, and really we never let them back into the game the whole way through. So you know, that was probably the best game for us.
I mean, it was quite weird actually playing against the West Indies. All of a sudden there was Clive Lloyd there, who always been sort of Uncle Clive in earlier years, and sitting there and him watching the game from a different part and me watching the game, it's a bit weird. But I think Oops batted really well, but he never really had people around him to, you know, really let fly. But he did a few times. I know his strengths, and he hit me a couple of times over the top.
Hooper's unbeaten 100 took his side to 197 for 7, which looked slightly below par, but the West Indies bowlers soon had England on the back foot.
They put us under a bit of pressure. They bowled some short deliveries as well. I think 3 of the guys got out playing pull shot. So they came at us quite hard, but they only had a small target to defend. They didn't quite get enough to put us under enough pressure to actually blow the game, but it was a tight one. We just did enough, really. Built one little partnership there, and that really sort of sealed that game.
Oh, just over the head. It really was a long hob. It deserved the treatment. So that's the match for England, their second successive victory in the Akai Singer Champions Trophy tournament.
So, with 2 wins out of 2, England were suddenly favourites, although they still had to beat Pakistan to be sure of reaching the final.
It was strange because we knew that the other results in the group could have gone such a way that we may not have qualified if we didn't actually win our final game against Pakistan, I think it was, in the group. We didn't bat especially well. Alec got us off to a good start, played very well, and we sort of scratched around. So Claim bowled very well at us, got 4 wickets.
Coming to the tournament, I thought they would be the real danger side. I thought, you know, they've got the bowlers for all the conditions, and in fact I think they played 4 leg spinners against us in that game, or something ridiculous, like 3 leg spinners and an off spinner who bowls leg spin. So they really saw the way the wicket behaved and picked their side accordingly.
We sort of just put a score on the board really. I think we got about 214 or something like 214, 215, which was, we never thought in the dressing room we were out of it, but we knew that we'd have to bowl and field exceptionally well.
Got a competitive total, nothing brilliant on the board, and then just defended really hard, fielded hard, bowled a good line and length, and just showed that doing the fundamentals well sometimes outshines sheer talent.
Saeed played fantastic the first 15 overs, and Ijaz, and they really sort of put us on the back foot.
We saw one yesterday, and here's another one. It's just a superb piece of timing for 6.
Again, you see on that leg side,
Mark Elam's second over went for 16 runs as Anwar and Ijaz opened up, but Hollyoake kept faith in the Kent all-rounder.
He's, he's a very cool customer, and he's the sort of guy who get hit back over his head for 2 sixes and then come on the next ball and put it in the same spot and not worry about it. He's a very, very cool customer, and he was really one of the main guys we based our bowling around. We could always guarantee that he wouldn't go for more than 40, and I don't think he did in the tournament. He was just so consistent.
We got Saeed out, and then Ijaz hit one straight up in the air. They had 2 new batsmen in, and our bowlers bowled fantastically well, just to sort of suffocate them really. And they're backed up again by some great catching and some run-outs in the field. And I think we won by about 6 runs in the end.
Pakistan's lack of success was matched by their neighbours, India. And surprisingly, it was England and the West Indies who lined up for the final.
That whole tournament, really, you felt that India or Pakistan would get through to the finals. And I think, maybe from the sponsors' point of view, England-West Indies final wasn't so great for them. But it was a reasonable crowd, and it was a good atmosphere. And to be playing against West Indies, having beaten them was good for us in the group game.
Well, that was the one we wanted, from the beginning. That was the side we wanted to play. Saying that, we didn't underestimate them because, one-day cricket, anything can happen.
What did happen was that the West Indies raced away at the start, with Shivnarine Chandrapal joining Stuart Williams at the top of the order.
One-day cricket, you can't worry about this first 15. You've just got to get on with it, and that's what we did, and we dragged it back very, very well.
They scored quickly in the first 15, and again we bowled exceptionally well. Ball went a little bit soft again. Adam, Ely, Jazza, they all bowled